Trust her choices. I will always be ready to step in and support my daughter if she ever needs my help.
I don't think us living together is going to work.
Thank you for watching.
Don't get any funny ideas.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Did I do something to upset you?
See you next time.
I just want to make myself very clear. You aren't welcome to live in our house.
I don't recall ever asking to do that.
You haven't. I'm just nipping it in the bud before you get any ideas. I think it's best to be open about these sorts of things. I can guarantee you'll just boss me around. I don't want that life.
What gives you that impression? What has you all worked up? Did you and Chris talk about it? Because I never had any intention of living with you guys from the beginning. He knows that. I had in-laws living with me and understand firsthand how challenging it can be.
You don't want to?
I don't. It's genuinely the reason me and Chris's father got divorced all those years ago. His mother was an absolute terror, and it caused serious troubles in our marriage. I never want to put Chris or you through that same experience. I became resolute to live on my own and let you guys have your own life as well. So please don't stress about it. I'll figure out my own care and lodgings. There's tons of assisted living facilities that have popped up, which might be a good option.
For real? You're not going to change your mind in a couple of years if money becomes tight, are you? Like you are willing to assure me that things are going to stay the way they are?
I won't be changing my mind, dear. I don't plan on retiring anytime soon. I should be able to do my current job for many more years, which will allow me to save up for any of my end-of-life care needs. I've definitely given this thought in the past. I won't suddenly go belly up. I work in finance. I've got things covered. Feel better now. Living together is something I'll never bring up, and you won't need to worry about. So yeah, just take a deep breath and calm down a bit. There's no need to be so worked up about this.
I still think you're just saying this to get me to lower my guard. I'm going to wake up one morning and you'll be in the kitchen making breakfast. You can't fool me. I know you've been scheming for years on how to worm your way into our house. You've probably been giving Chris subtle hints all these years in order to break him down.
Oh dear. I haven't done any scheming. This is all in your head.
Lies. I have proof that you have been. I know all about your little plans. I'm telling you now. Give it up.
What proof is that?
I'm not going to tell you what I know. That'll only make it harder for me to intervene.
Are you sure this isn't all in your head?
Don't play dumb. I won't let you have your way. This conversation is over.
I don't know what to say to you.
Hey Mom, how are things going? Are you getting everything in order? No hiccups?
Hi, honey. I'm doing well. And yeah, things are going as planned. Thanks for the help. I never had any intention of moving so soon, but you convinced me. I do think it's the right decision for me right now. But you were always quick to move. You didn't waste any time moving out after you got married. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just caught me off guard is all. It's a pretty weird time to be moving, but maybe that'll work out in my favor.
I think I might. This Saturday is the big day, yeah? Do you need any help with anything? I'm out of town, but I can maybe call some friends to swing by and help you move some of your stuff. Or I can arrange movers if you haven't. Sorry for leaving you on your own.
No worries, I've got it all under control. I found one of those companies that help you pack, move, and unpack everything. It was a bit expensive, but at my age, it's worth it. All I have to do is show up and let them in and write a check.
Oh, that's great. I've used one before. They're so nice.
Before you go, there was something I wanted to ask you about. You have a minute?
Yeah, we have some downtime right now. What's up?
Did you mention something to Lauren about us living together?
I haven't. Why do you ask? You've told me before you would never want to do that. Has something changed?
Nothing has changed. I still feel that way.
I thought so. I'm pretty sure I've told Lauren that. I know you had a hard time with Grandma after I was born. Why bring this up? Did Lauren say something?
Right. She messaged me yesterday in regards to it. She was coming on strong. Said essentially that she will never live with me. That I shouldn't get any weird ideas. She seems to think I'm up to something.
Really? Did she say why?
I have no idea. I was hoping you could shed some light on that. It seems like you don't know anything either. I wonder where she got the idea.
I have no idea. This is all news to me too.
I realized we've had some hiccups in the past, but I never knew she disliked me so much. I tried to reassure her, but she wasn't having it. Maybe you can talk to her.
I can try. You've already got Mover set up for Saturday, though. She might have to just suck it up. I don't want to put you in a position where you have to fend for yourself when you physically can't anymore.
I appreciate it. What should we do?
I've got an idea. I'll be getting home in 3 days. I'll sit down with her and discuss things then. She should be fine for 3 days.
Thanks, honey.
Hello, Jan. Do you have something you need to tell me? I tried making myself very clear the other day, but clearly you didn't listen. You're still trying to force your way into my home. Well, it's all empty now. Plenty of room for you to move in.
What? Why? Are you okay, dear? I really don't know why you keep talking about that. I have no intention of living with you.
I won't let you get your way no matter how hard you try to force it. You have some nerve hiring movers after our conversation the other day. You couldn't just come clean? Or you chose not to because you knew I wouldn't approve. Whatever the reason, your behavior is childish. What were you hoping for? That I would just roll over and let you have your way? Screw that. I've got my stuff packed up. There's no way in hell I'm going to let you ruin my life.
Lauren, dear, you really need to calm down.
I will not! I am not going to sit by idly as you move into my home without my permission. You must have done some number on Chris, but your scheming comes to an end. The place is all yours, although I'm sure it'll feel quite empty without us here. I've moved all my stuff to my parents' house. Just try moving in with us there. Your grand plans are coming to an end. You failed. If you're that desperate to see me, we can arrange something. I'll keep the place cleaned for you. My rate is $10K a month. You can't afford me, though. Nobody like yourself can barely afford a rent. I'm sure that's why you wanted to move in the first place. Just trying to leech off us.
I do okay for myself. But no, I'm not making enough to afford a $10K a month maid. Not that I'd ever pay you for that. I can manage on my own.
You think so?
I do. I've gotten by just fine living on my own in the past. I don't see how this is any different.
Everyone's left you. I feel so bad for you.
Come on now. I've got plenty of people still in my life.
Oh, I'm sure you do. You're so popular. Which is why you needed to lie and try to force your way into living with me.
You really aren't listening.
I don't need to hear your excuses.
I'll tell you anyways. I did move today. However, I didn't move into your house. I'm not even in the same city anymore.
Huh?
There were some layoffs at my company. My branch is merging with another one. They asked me to be in charge of helping with the transition. I wanted to live closer to the office, so I moved. I hate driving. I lived in my old apartment for so long because it was walking distance to my old office. Now my new office is a good 50-minute drive away. So, I moved.
They're putting you in charge of something? I thought you were just a part-timer or something.
I've been on salary for many years. I couldn't manage a full-time job while raising children on my own, but once all of them were in school, it became a lot easier. That's around the time I transitioned back into full-time. They were super flexible with me the entire time. I'm very grateful of that. I've put my time into the company and slowly worked my way up the ladder.
Seriously?
Yeah. I recall having this exact conversation with your mother a couple of years back. She seemed very interested in my work. We talked about it at length. She was a little tipsy at the time. She kept asking me the same questions over and over. I'm not sure if everything fully registered with her. So I have no financial reason for trying to force my way into your home. Knowing that, does it change your mind at all about any of this?
It might have.
Great! Then I should tell you, I'm pretty hurt in regards to this whole situation. Clearly, you don't think very highly of me. You assumed I was just going to force my way into your home to live off of you guys, but I'm quite self-sufficient, and have been for many years, thank you very much. I don't really understand where you got the impression that I was struggling. I lived in a pretty nice area and had decent things. I had to work hard for everything I have. I understand the value of $1 and would never take any from my own son. Chris has known about this for a while. He looked at some places with me a few weeks back. Why didn't you just ask him? Despite what you may think, I'm not your enemy. I feel like you've held some weird grudge against me ever since we first met. I don't want to ruin your life. I want you and my son to be happy. That's all there is to it. I really would like to know where this whole fantasy of yours came from. What was this evidence you were talking about? It must have been pretty convincing. You actually packed up your stuff and moved. That's some dedication. Did I miss anything?
I mean, can you blame me? I thought you were just counting down the days until you retired. I had no idea you actually had some money.
That's all. You thought because I didn't make a ton of money that I would just force my way into your home. I have to ask, did you move Chris's stuff too?
I moved everything. All our stuff and furniture included.
I talked to him a few days ago. He said he was going to sit down and explain things to you once he got home. Have you mentioned any of this to him? I doubt he wants to deal with this first thing coming back from a work trip. Your folks live really far away. It's like a 6-hour drive from your apartment. How are you expecting Chris to work from there? Did you consider his feelings in this at any point? You're married. Communication is pretty important, especially when undertaking massive life changes like moving to a different state.
I was just kind of in a panic. I'm sure he will understand.
That's a slippery slope. My husband tried making major life changes in our relationship without consulting me. We ended up getting divorced. You're going to have some explaining to do.
Are you serious, Lauren?
Hi, Chris. You must be back from your trip.
What the hell were you thinking? The house is empty? Why didn't you talk to me?
I was freaking out. Sorry. It's been a crazy last few days. I think we should live at my parents' house from now on.
Nah, you can't stay there. I want a divorce.
What?
I knew you were selfish, but I never thought you'd do something like this. This is unacceptable. You're nuts. I want a divorce now.
Huh? Why? Jan! You need to explain things to Chris right now!
What would you have me explain?
He's talking about getting a divorce!
I imagine that's because you decided to just move to a different state without talking to him.
I had a reason! I don't know how he can blame me for this. Given the circumstances, I had to move. Before I moved, I terminated our lease. I tried calling them, but they already found new tenants. Now you are out of town, so we can't live with you either. I know it sucks, but he's just going to have to tough it out and live here for a while.
And you can't see a problem with that.
Huh?
You really don't think what you did was wrong? All of this stemmed from you being so opposed to living with me that you moved to a different state, despite the fact that everything was in your head the whole time. That fact is hard to erase. Now you're trying to force him to live with your parents. Can you not see the irony? You are forcing him into a situation that you were actively trying to run away from.
It's not the same!
Oh my God, it is! I'm glad we're finally on the same page.
No way. That was never my intention.
Should you really be talking to me about this? You need to sit down and talk to Chris. I won't be intervening on your behalf. This is a problem that needs to be solved between the two of you. I hope you are able to come to some sort of understanding.
I don't want your hope. I want you to explain everything to Chris. How you started this whole thing.
These sorts of problems are best solved by the people actively affected by them. Me getting overly involved only puts myself at risk. Let's say I do explain everything like you want. Even still, you end up getting in a divorce. You'll blame me for that, no?
Well, explain it in a way that makes him not want to get in a divorce with me. Are you stupid?
You're asking me to save your marriage while insulting me. I've been extremely patient with you. Why do you think I'm on your side? I think you're completely in the wrong here.
You do?
I do. If you want me to explain that to him, I can.
That's not fair!
I don't see a reason for us to continue speaking. I'll be taking my leave. I talked to Chris. Lauren's parents never agreed to having the two of them live at their house and were totally against it. Lauren showed her selfish resolve with even her own family. Chris asked for a divorce, but to no one's surprise, Lauren wouldn't sign the papers. She said she wasn't going to agree to any terms. Chris ended up seeking out an attorney and settling things in court. It was the more costly of the two options, but Lauren had to have her way. Lauren found herself alone without anywhere to go. She ended up moving to a small town nearby, working at a local hotel. She was going to have to find her own way from now on. Unfortunately for her, that didn't last long either. She would often argue with the customers and was giving the place a bad rep. She was let go after the complaints started to pile up. She had bills to pay and no one to rely on but herself. She ended up moving from part-time job to part-time job and found a shabby apartment to live in. A lot of self-reflection was going to be needed in order for her to turn her life around.
Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button to see more content like this. Please leave a comment below. We look forward to seeing you next time.